I watch me, watch you, watch me. Hi, how you doing? What's going on? Forgot my water. Damn it. Anyway, it's too late now. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby, 7721. My name is Bobby. I am the host of this group, Art Fueled Life. 7721. I said that because Mikey commented that. That's today's date, I guess. Yeah, it's today's date. Anyway, thanks for telling me that, Mikey. So if you're watching in the replay, say hi. Let me know that you're in the replay. Write a hashtag. Hashtag I am in the replay. I almost said hashtag I'm driving. Because Ray wrote, I read this in the corner of my eye. Hi, driving, not driving high. Punctuation is so important. Yes, it is. And I read that and I'm like, let me know. Hashtag I'm driving. That's not really that funny. Anyway, put a hashtag. Put a hashtag replay person. Something like that. And let me see. Kirsten is also here. Hi, Kirsten. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, so if you're joining in the replay, write a hashtag or something like that. If you're joining in the live, actually live, then make sure you hit that link for Ecamm. I point up because I think it's above the video, but it might be to the side over here, if that's where the text is, or it might be down below. I don't know. Somewhere there's a link to Ecamm. If you've never clicked it before, hey, look who's here. Dude, what's up? How are you? Nice to see you on my live. That's interesting. Helly. You said that the other day. I thought it was a typo, but now I think it was on purpose. Anyway, we're past the 2-minute mark. So yeah, if you're joining live, you can comment. I'm going to ignore you for a little while I do my thing, and then I'm going to come back to the comments. I'm going to read them. Let's just go. Oh, hi, Robin. How are you? Okay, let's just go. The intention of your art. What does art have intention? Oh, Crimson is here. Good. Yeah, because you wrote this one. You asked this question. So Crimson the other day asked, not the other day, a while back. I don't know what it was. It was not today. It was prior to today. She wrote, paraphrasing here, does art need to be intentional in the does the creator of the art need to have an intention? Like, do you have to set an intention for this art? I'm going to paint this thing and it's going to be this. Or can you just like create something by accident and still call it art? So does it need to be created intentionally? Does there need to be an intention prior to the creation? Or is it just like, oh, look at this, I made this thing, it's art, right? So the answer, of course, is yes. It's just yes. It's whatever you think it is. So I'm going to, I have 3 ideas here, right? That's 3. So I think there's different kinds of intention when it comes to art, and I think that anything that we do in life has at least one of these intentions applied to it, because nothing happens that we didn't intend for. As my buddy, who's, if he's still here, he's probably not, but if he's still here, he did a live today and in his group, and kind of said the same thing, that and he's been talking about the same thing, that anything that you are getting is what you're intending, whether you like it or not. That's never nice to hear, because it's like, damn, I really don't like this thing that I'm getting, but I intended it. So here are the 3 ways when it comes to art. I mean, there are nuances to this. We could divvy them up into more. There could be more, but I figured it into 3 categories, because you know me. I do everything in 3s. So the first is the intention of the piece, and I think that is what Crimson was really asking about, this intention of the piece. For example, I am an artist. I am about to make a thing, and I intend for it to look like this, or be like this, or look like that, or sound like this, or whatever. And it's like you put an intention to the creation of this thing, or this to the writing of the prose, or the designing of the music, or the whatever the art is. It doesn't matter what form it takes, what medium it takes. You have this piece, this thing, this object, this creation in mind, and you design it in your brain, and here it is, and now it's tangible. So that's the intention of the piece. And a lot of times we have that, you know, it's like I want to create this or I want to create that. And you sort of have a vision of the piece in mind. So in this case, there's a clear vision for the project, an intention of what you want to see happen at the end of the day or the end of the creative process. It might not take a day. I'm pretty sure things take longer than a day sometimes. Some of you are banging things out like crazy. I don't know how you do that, but and they're like wildly good. so I don't know. You know, a really good intention of the piece example going on in the group right now, I think, is what Bobby Hood is doing. He's creating these pieces called censorship, and they're really, really interesting. I like them, and I think that he created a specific intention for this series, a series of pieces. So it could be that too, right? You could have a series of pieces, and there's an intention behind it. So that's number one, the intention for the piece. Number two is piece being P-I-E-C-E. You can also have an intention for peace. That's nice too, but that's not what I'm talking about here. Number two is the intention that you have for the audience. So maybe you don't know exactly what you're creating, but you know that you want the audience to do something or feel something or respond in some way. And you might set this intention generally for a lot of things, and it's just like, you know, whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to start painting. I'm just going to start writing. I'm just going to start whatevering. And the only intention that I'm setting is not what the finished thing is going to look, feel, smell, sound like, but what I want the audience to feel, what I want the audience to do, how I want them to respond in some way. And again, this can happen. You don't have to have this intention, but I think that a lot of times as artists, we think in these terms, like, I want people to feel this way when they look at my stuff. I want people to think of me and feel this, you know? And so that's sort of the intention for the audience. That's number two. And number three, finally, is the one that no matter what, it's always going to fall into this category. So, which is why I said the answer to Crimson's question is just yes, because we can't help this one, is the intention for our larger purpose, which kind of overlaps a little with the last one there. But the intention for the larger purpose just means with the intention of what I want to feel myself, how I want to be thought of, how I want to be, just my purpose. My purpose is to create things that are this, and whether or not every piece is intentionally thought of within that purpose, or if I design a piece that is you know, a specific color or a specific, I want to do it now with specifically this way, I may never do that. But I will always have this larger purpose for myself, even if I haven't defined it yet. We don't always have this larger purpose articulated with words. And I think that that's, you know what, I'm going to go off on a side tangent here about purpose for a moment, because a lot of times people are like, I'm trying to find my purpose. And I think that we always have our purpose, but we have it in feeling. And I think what you're trying to find is a way to articulate this feeling that you have, and because sometimes the feeling is fuzzy, sometimes there aren't any hard lines to it. It's like, oh, this feels good, this feels good, this feels good, and all of a sudden this feels like shit, and it's like, where was the line that I crossed? I'm not really sure. And so we're always looking for that way to articulate our purpose, but we always know it when we feel it. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a feeling place for it, and I think that this is that larger I almost said intestine. The large intestine. This is the larger intention. Is this purpose the way that we want to feel, right? So it's, if you think about it this way, for any piece that you create, there's the intention for the piece, that's number one. And then there's the intention for the audience, the way you want them to respond to it in some way. But all encompassing that is the intention of your purpose, the way you want to feel. So even if you set out to create something with a different intention for the piece or for the audience, and it accidentally becomes this other thing, it wasn't an accident. It happened because you created it and you somehow steered it to fit into your purpose. A good example, you're watching it happen every day in this group, is Daily Fuel. And I have intentions for each piece. They don't always work out. Sometimes I think this one went off the rails, and sometimes I think like I kind of wanted to go in this direction, but I'm going in this direction. Or what I just did a minute ago, I thought of something completely different that wasn't even in my spiel. But I do set an intention for each piece. I have a kind of an intention of how I want you to respond. I want this to be helpful to you. You know, I joke around a lot that you think I'm doing this for you, but I'm really doing it for me, and that's true to a degree. But if it weren't helping anybody, then that wouldn't be fulfilling the thing that I need. You know, I like to be the rock star on stage, but the rock star likes to be on stage to a cheering crowd. And if the crowd's not cheering, that means I'm not doing my job. You know what I'm saying? So it's a two-way street there. So Daily Fuel has an intention for the audience as well. But really what I'm doing is I'm creating it for the intention of my purpose, of my larger purpose, this legacy that I'm building for myself. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the comments and see if you agree or disagree. If you disagree with me, let me know. I don't mind people disagreeing with me. So let's see. We said hi to Mikey and then Crimson and Kirsten and him. And Robin, not replay, not today. Nope, you're alive. Hello. And Marina is here. Hello, Marina. Hello. Hello. Hello, Marina. That's how you say that word. Nice to see you on Daily Fuel. Why are these so small? That's weird. Let me raise that up a little bit. Hang on a second. These should be larger. Even the essays haven't been that big lately. I think if somebody wrote such a big essay that it shrunk to fit, and then they're all small after that. That's what happened. That's about the right size. There we go. Now I can see you. Hi, Marina. Nice to see you. I'm glad that you found the Ecamm link. That's great. And welcome to Daily Fuel. Trevor. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Hi, everyone, and Bobby. I got my own hello. I made another live. Good for you, man. I'm glad that you're here. And Amy is still up. Hi. Nice. Yeah, you and Trevor are both in the UK, so I know that it's late there. There's something new. 3 ideas. I know. I threw you for a loop today with 3, right? I'm sure. And Landon is still here. Okay, cool. And hi. Now you guys are saying hi to each other. Wow, Trevor. 3 things. I know. It's such a shock. Amy, do you think Bobby can actually count past 3? No, I can't. Literally, you guys are just having a conversation with yourself. I don't even need to be here for this. Hi, and now you're saying hi to other people, and they're saying hi back. And does anybody actually want to talk about anything? Let's see what we got. A Bobby tangent. Here we go. I think, Amy says, I like to be lost in my art in a joyous, happy, smiley, sparkly way. That's a lot of adjectives. I want to be in it, part of it, to the point I forget everything else, and I am consumed seeing it, and it feels peaceful and calm too. So you're talking about the intention of your larger purpose, just the creation. Oh, that's something. Time out. Did I forget to write that? Where? I'm writing for me. Where did I not write that? I wrote it here. I didn't write it there, but I wrote it here, and I missed it. This is I missed a part, and you are saying it for me. So thank you, Amy. I knew you were here for a reason today. So you're saying it for me. So here's the thing I'm saying is that this larger purpose, it's not so much that we're creating art to fulfill the larger purpose. It's not only that. It's that you are the art that you are creating. You're creating yourself. And each piece is just a piece of that. So sometimes we'll accidentally create a thing and not know how it fits, not know why did I make this, you know? And it's not just the art. I'm not specifically talking about just a painting or a drawing or a thing or a music or a song, or it doesn't matter what you create. It could be anything that you do in life. It could be like, why did I go down this this tangent of a path, and now I'm like doing this thing, and I'm like, I don't like this anymore, and I come back to here. Remember what I've said before, it's like sometimes we do things and then we're just like, I don't know why I'm working on this, and we kind of just put it up on a shelf, and then we're going down our path and doing other things, and this is how I walk, and then we're doing other things, and then we finally like hit upon another idea, or we're working on something else in our life, and all of a sudden we remember that thing we put on the shelf last year or 10 years ago, and we're like, hey, wait a minute, time out, that fits right into this thing. And it's like we don't understand what was the point of that before, but our higher selves knew, like, hey, we're going to need that later, let's do it now. so I think that sometimes if you're just creating to be happy, smiley, sparkly, that's your calling to create yourself. Then that really is the point of everything, is the creation of ourselves, to discover ourselves. We want to find our purpose. We know our purpose. We want to find a way to articulate it and to do it on purpose. Right? Sometimes we accidentally fit into our purpose. It's like, I have this purpose. I know what feels good to me, but I did something and it fit. Oh, that felt nice. I did something, it didn't fit. That was an accident, you know? But I don't want to be doing it on accident anymore. I want to be doing it on purpose. Oh, that's a whole different daily fuel. Damn it, Amy. All right, Crimson, the way you're explaining this is very helpful. Good. Because now that I think about my art, it all has an intention behind it. Yes, everything has an intention behind it. Even beyond the art that we create, everything that we do has an intention behind it. But maybe you're not clear on what your larger intentions are. I always want to say intestine when I say larger. I'm going to say bigger. You need to really pin down what your bigger intention is, what this purpose is in your life, because sometimes the intention that we have is to do something wrong on accident so that we can create enough contrast to know that's out of bounds and I want to be in here. Wow, does that make sense? Let me say that again so I get it. Sometimes we know our purpose is somewhere in this fuzzy area. We don't really know how to articulate what the boundaries of it are, but we will accidentally do something that's far outside the boundaries, so that now we know the boundary is between this and this, and I won't go that way anymore. Does that make sense? I think it does. This is what happens when I'm off the cuff. Things just pop my... Now I made them too big. Darn it. Now they're just too big. I like you, Mikey, but I don't need you staring at me that big. Wait. Sometimes the original intention goes off track and a beautiful creation emerges. You follow what you think the call is when it's really something else. Follow it anyway. You never know where it leads. Exactly. That's what we were just saying, right? And I know you posted this earlier today, and it was a good comment. And I'm glad you took it and you plopped it in here, because then we get to say it again. That's how comments work. Yeah. So you think that you're doing something for a specific reason, but really there's a bigger reason of why you're doing it. We don't always consciously know it, but on some level we do know it. Oh, my intention, let me see, Crimson. My intention is to have fun and create something cool. Yeah, so that's part of your larger purpose, the bigger purpose that you want. But then for each one, you can just say, like, I want to try to make something cool, but in this medium, or in this thing, or at this size, or I know you do mostly painting, so I'll stick to that for you. But you can create anything on accident and call it art. I think you can, because art really is just something that you create that evokes a feeling. That's it. That's really it in a nutshell, And it doesn't matter if you meant to evoke that feeling, or if you meant for it to be that weird looking, or if you meant it doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is that people look at it, listen to it, interact with it in some way, and feel something from it. And that you feel something from the creation process. Kirsten, need the purpose articulation today. I'm always trying to figure out how to push further into feelings and project it on the canvas. Sometimes it feels like it isn't authentic enough, meaning it hasn't satisfied the intention. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense. I'm trying to figure out how to push further into feelings and project it on the canvas. It sounds to me like what you're saying here is that sometimes you're trying to articulate your higher purpose, your bigger purpose, your inner purpose, but you're trying to force it out. You're trying to just say, you know what, it's going to be this, come hell or high water, I'm going to figure this out, you know, and that doesn't work. And here's why. Because it changes. I don't think that there's any, I think it's fuzzy for a reason. I don't think we're supposed to find hard line boundaries and be like, oh, it's here, but not here. It's here, but not here. It's here, and oh, now it's here. It's like, how did that happen? You know, because they're fuzzy. And I don't sidestep a lot, so that was kind of strange. But it changes and we evolve, we grow. We're spiritual beings having a human adventure. We're not spiritual beings having a human moment. Well, this is everything that I like and this is everything that I don't like, and that will never change ever. I used to hate broccoli. I love it now, you know? So did my purpose change? Well, that's, our likes change, our dislikes change, our ambitions and drive change. And sometimes our purpose that we think we're reaching for can be relatively small, and we achieve it. What, you know, like I've said before, it's like, oh, this is the greatest painting I've ever made in my life. There's no reason to wake up tomorrow. No, because tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to work on the next greatest painting that's better than that one. I reached the top of the mountain and I see a million more mountains to climb, you know, so there is no boundary. So what you're saying here is that you're trying to find a set boundary that I can stay in, and that's it. But we don't do that because that's coloring inside the lines. We take that crayon and go way the fuck over there. Don't try to do that anymore. Just make, if it feels good now, then it's fine. Sometimes it feels like it isn't authentic enough. That's your ego talking. It's not authentic enough. That's your ego telling you you're not good enough. There's people that are better than you. If you could just find, your ego is saying this, if you could just find that boundary, that perfect authentic expression, then you'd be great. But you're not finding it today, so you suck. That's what your ego's telling you. Don't listen to her. She's trying to protect you from hurting your feelings and getting hurt out in the world. But she's stopping you from going out there, and that's where the joy is. So just don't. You're doing great. And I'm talking to everybody, but specifically to Kirsten, but that applies to everybody. Hi from the UK. I don't know who this is. Let's see. Well, I know it's not Trevor, and I know it's not Amy. Who else do I know in the UK? Is it... who? Oh, it's Susie. Hi. How are you, Susie? There. I'll tag you on a link. I don't feel like explaining it. Okay. You got to click a thing and then give permissions, and then I'll be able to see you, but it's not the end of the world. Marina says, I could always go full Australian and say, good day, mate. What are we talking about? The hellos earlier? See, here you're new here, so here's a thing that happens. By the time I get to comments, the context is so like 10 minutes ago that sometimes I don't even know what people are talking about. But I think I know what you're talking about. But you're from Australia too? Oh, Donna's from Australia. Is Donna here today? Did I see Donna? I don't think I saw Donna. Did I see Donna? I don't know. I don't know why I'm scrolling back. Now I'm going to lose where I was. Sorry about that. Anyway, you could say good day, mate. I don't mind. I don't know why I'm trying to say it with an Australian accent. I cannot do accents. I am a very talented man, but there are certain things. Accents? Dancing? Nope. That's it. I can do everything else great. Crimson, also to heal when I'm having a bad day or suffering in some way. Now, see that? Now you're continuing a thought, and I don't remember what the first half was. Let me see. My intention is to have fun and create something cool. Okay. Also to heal when I'm having a bad day or suffering in some way. So that's a really good purpose. That could be an intention for the moment, right? Sometimes you just need to create something for yourself, and it's not part of your larger purpose per se, but it's part of the healing process. It's part of your energy work. It could just be like, I'm going to, this I think would be intention of the piece. And my examples of intention of the piece, that was my number one today, was how it looks, how it sounds, how it blah, blah, blah. But it could also be like what it just does. It just does this, you know, or maybe it's also intention for the audience, except in this case, this piece that you're creating, the audience is you, not anybody else. You're allowed to create a piece of art and put it on your own shelf and never show another soul, but you know that the creation of it, or the looking at it of it, or the listening to it of it, I don't know if that's right, is for you to feel a certain way, and that's also art. Doesn't matter. Kelly's, hey, how are you? Sorry, itchy neck. Well, you were blocking me, so I can come over here. I can scratch my whole face, and nobody can. This is great. Thanks. Thank you. Most of my art has the intention behind it of sharing pain, wisdom, hope, experience, whatever. Mostly the sharing has the intention of lessening pain, either mine or someone else's. Or inspiring hope and love. This is very much in line with my larger purpose. Thanks for leading me to see that today. You're welcome. This is all larger purpose stuff. Oh, is that a new picture of you? That's a nice picture. This is all higher purpose, larger purpose, bigger purpose stuff that you're talking about here. You're trying to help you have an intention for your audience overall, but really that intention for your audience is to share, to heal yourself. You know, and so there's a symbiotic relationship there, and I think that's true for everybody to one degree or another. But yeah, that's great. Good for you. It's hard to riff on your things sometimes because you have like a complete point that you made. Unlike some people. Hey, hey man, how you doing? So here's a funny thing that happened today. Nathan wrote a comment in my post earlier, and he used one of those avatars. Have you seen Facebook gives you those avatars? And his avatar, I don't know. His avatar is the exact same as my avatar. It's like we both chose like the same or very similar face shape and the same hairstyle and color and the same beard choice. They only give you like 10 hairstyles and 6 beards to choose from. So it's not like a far-fetched thing that they were the same. But I was like, what, is he saying hey to me with my own avatar? But I realized, so I looked at his pictures and I was like, nah, that's his avatar. So it was like, hey, we're identical avatar twins. Like Joey on Friends, we're identical hand twins. Trevor, I have to complete my art to music. Music is my muse. I can't just turn out piece after piece. The mood has to be triggered by the right music, thus triggering my purpose. So you the way you get in touch with your larger purpose or the intention of whatever you're working on is by listening to music and feeling into that purpose and then creating based on that feeling. That's awesome. You've got a process. That's a process. And you know what yours is, and good for you. That's fantastic. Donna is here, another Aussie. Is that a right word? Do you guys call yourselves that, or do we just call you that? I don't know. People from Australia. My intention each morning is to have more coffee before Daily Fuel because I just tried to pause you. Seriously, though, this is an awesome topic. Lots of ideas for me. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, for me, Daily Fuel is at night, and I feel like I give it nighttime energy, and it's weird to me that you're watching it at like 8 o'clock in the morning. You and Marina. And oh my God. All right, everybody. I really wish I had my water. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Hi. How do I get rid of Oh, Robin, you crack me up. Okay, there we go. Well, still. All right. Let's don't know why. I don't know why Ecamm does this. It's like, I love this program, but man, some of the things in it are just ridiculously weird. It's like, why when somebody writes a comment, you know, it's like, look how little this guy is now, because I had to shrink Robin's down, but now they're all down to this same relative size, I suppose, except it makes it makes the text bigger, but then it's just like, what do we do with all this space in the length of the text? And it just increases your profile picture to this ridiculous size. And I don't know, that to me, it should just be like one profile picture at a normal size with whatever text you wrote. Anyway, thanks for the laugh, Robin. That's great. Wow, Amy, and comment for all. But Amy said it wonderfully. One of my purposes is to feel the joy I feel when creating, and the joy in experiencing all the surprises that art has to offer and often does. I'm also hoping that my art can impart that feeling in others who view my pieces. I hope my colors make them happy, or my, albeit rarer, muted and softer ones. All right, I knew that was coming, so I'm not going to laugh. Muted and softer ones makes them feel calm, peaceful, relaxed as they view. I'm not totally ever sure what effects I have on my viewers, but my art, for the most part, never deals with ugliness or strife, which is probably my intention, as the world has enough of that, but that I hope my art provides a respite from it in a fun, free, and breezy way. Yeah, so you're describing your intention for the audience and your... Excuse me? And my dog just wanted to let you know that she's here today with a little retching sound. I don't know if you heard that. I'm sure that you did. Yeah, so... Yeah, that's great, Robin. So you just feel like there's enough of this crap in the world. I'm going to create something over on this side just to make people feel better. And in the process of doing that, it makes me feel better. And then for each piece, you know, maybe you want to try this or you want to try that. I want to do this digitally, or I want to try this other technique. And I know you like to learn a lot of new things. So you've got intentions running the gamut, you know, so good for you. That's awesome. And I think it works. Ray, are you driving? See, now they're all sized weird again. All right, let me see. My intention is to remind everyone to breathe. Thanks. And to hug. And my heart does it quite fine. Yep, very good. Very, very, very good. You do it well. Trevor, I think art has to be intentionally created. That's not to say you can't accidentally create something artistic. That I would say is the universe working through you to do so. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes you do it on accident because you're trying to figure out where on purpose is, and by doing something accidentally, you can realize, oh, this is part of it too. I never knew that. We have these larger intentions that we don't really understand how to grasp and articulate, and they guide us places through our hands, through our creative process, and we don't always understand how that works. I think that the way we make it work is by just letting it work. Just let it work. We don't have to work so hard to force it, like Kirsten was saying earlier. Just let it happen. Allow. I mean, for crying out loud, I could have just called this one allow and used this whole thing as a metaphor. It's just about allowing. That's really all that this is. Also, because that one wasn't long enough, let me write some more words here. Also, the fun, free, and breezy feel to my pieces that I create is further enhanced on purpose by me and the ways I title them. I hope to add humor and or a sense of fun with the names. See, that's cool too. So you've got an intention set there. That's an intention of the piece itself, I think. Well, we could argue all of them, but you know what I mean. Amy, I'm creating space, sci-fi, digital art every now and then, but I don't know why. But it feels like I really need to, and I enjoy it, but there's... I'm sorry, Amy, but this is the worst run-on sentence with no punctuation I've ever read. You've got 3 buts and an and, and I'm only like 6 words in. I don't know how that's even possible. I'm really trying to read this, but man, you're making me work for it today. Oh, I really wish I had water. I'm creating space. So, jeez. I'm creating space, sci-fi, digital art every now and then, but I don't know why, but it feels like I really need to, and I enjoy it, but there's no purpose at the moment, even though it's flowing freely. But at the same time, I really want to create big woodwork and stained glass pieces at my new voluntary job, as well as large canvas paintings. So, oh, God, I love you so much. That was one sentence. Look at all that punctuation at the end. Oh man, so this sounds to me too a little bit like what Kirsten was saying, except you're okay with it. Like you're like, I like this, and I like this, and I like this, and I'm not trying to force this one on the days that I'm into this one. I'm just gonna do it all, and some days I kind of feel more into one than the other, and I'm kind of like that too, because I started working on my graphic novel and my music earlier this year, and then all of a sudden I had this idea for what to do with Daily Fuel, and suddenly and sometimes I could feel like, am I getting sidetracked into this new idea? But I don't feel that way. I feel like I have to work on things in spurts. It's like sometimes I'm very drawn to do work on this project, and other times it's like, all right, put that one down now, and I want to work on this one now, and then I'll get bored with this one and I'll want to go back to that one or start a new one or something. But it sounds to me like you're describing the same or a very similar process. Another Aussie. Yeah, that was Marina. I don't know if she's still here. But I'm from Canada, says Nathan. Well, you're not an Aussie then. Are you from Canada? Like Eastern or Western Canada? The French part or the English part? Nathan, I love your country. I've been to Canada once. I don't know why that's relevant. Hi, how are you? This is my wife. Nice to see you. And where are you? I thought you went out. Oh, you're getting Kayla. Thanks, me too. I'm very grateful to be born and raised here. Are you replying to Donna? Hello, Mrs. Donahue. It's pronounced Aussie. Aussie? Okay. Nah, I'm not saying that. Why can't I click this thing? You know, Bobby, I just wanted to see myself large. Very good. Well, it worked. We basically just call each other names. You, Sadie. Oh, you heard that? I don't know what that sound was. She's just staring at me like, yeah, I did that. I had to do it, and I did it, and I don't care who heard it. Nathan, your name looks familiar. Northwestern Ontario, by chance? This is... Hi, Tony. Who... Oh, Tony Elias, yeah. Amy, watch out. Punctuation, please, gonna get you. And, okay, so this has devolved into a cross-conversational... I love Canadians and Aussies. Spelling? No, you spelled them right. And here comes... Oh, thanks, buddy. Look at this. Look at this. Thank you. Oh, my son brought me my water. How did you know? Did you hear me, or did your mother text you?
She called me.
Oh, nice. Thanks, babe. I appreciate that. Oh, Robin Lynn Murray. Okay. Ontario. Do you guys need me? Can I go have dinner? You guys can just talk amongst yourselves if you like. I'm teasing, of course. Not really. And guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. He let the dog out. Now she's going to walk on my head. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Nathan, you've got the booby prize as of this moment. We'll sit... Nope. Oh, Jesus. Really, Amy? Were you working on this for half an hour? I think I have different levels of... I was saying thank you and good night. I think I have different levels of purpose, comma. Some of the stuff I make is for my soul to lose myself in and be joyous and peaceful, but also I hope that other people can have a moment of joyous peace too, comma. Other stuff I make is to sell, to raise money for charity, but I make the stuff high quality as if I will love it and keep it forever because that's worth selling. Because I made it with love, comma, 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 comma. Chameleon. I like going off on several tangents, and that's why I never experience boredom, because I love doing all different styles of art. That's awesome. That's really cool. Good for you. And nice comma work there. Bahaha. I'm American and Canadian, born early on vacation in the USA. Oh, is that right? Wow, that's kind of funny. So you're like automatically a U.S. citizen? Nice. Good for you. Booby war. Yes, here comes the booby prize war. All right, guys, it's booby prize time. I'm going to split. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. As usual, I always appreciate it. And Donna is vying for it today. Them's fighting words right there. She's not even typing the E's. She's the boobs. I just want it. Give it to me. I win. You don't declare that you win. So Marina, we do a booby prize for the last commenter every day, and it devolves into a bunch of very ridiculous, childish antics. I have so many different things on the go all at once. I love creating in all different mediums. Never stick to the same thing. I love trying new things. That's awesome. So yeah, so your purpose is sometimes the purpose could just be I want to try and experience a lot of things. There's nothing wrong with that either. So that's really, really cool. Boobies. Big booby. Okay, well, Trevor's in the lead now, and we'll see who gets it when I click the end here. Amy's going for it, and Donna's going for it. All right, I'm going to start ignoring you now. Well, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day or night, and I will see you tomorrow. Donna, you get the booby prize. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.